Well, looking for that podium finish. And one thing's for certain, Legacy hungry to show that they are that new top dog Brazilian squad. Their run's been legit. Can they cap it off by taking down FURIA in their final match of EWC?
Yeah, it's been really hard to argue with the Legacy run, right? 2-0 over Na'Vi, 2-0 over Falcons, and 4 different maps shown across those wins as well. So Legacy, why not put one more on top? We're into it, folks. Ancient, Nuke, Dust2, our battlegrounds this morning. You've shown up, Paris. Let's hope this game delivers for you. Pistol coming in quick. FURIA bringing the punch on this B site.
Yeah, just look at a brawl. I mean, we've seen a very aggressive tone out of FURIA across their playoff run. Down to scrap, down to be involved. And this pistol starting in that exact same vein. Now, they won't get past Lato, who does duck and weave his way out of danger, but only for a moment. Next up is Doom out, closing in on the cave side. Art waits over towards this smoke. And that now fades. They've got Fallen trapped. They know he's here. These dual Berettas got to deal with him. Doom out closes in. 2 versus 2. Smoke for the bomb to try and put the pressure on, but it's come up short, and Art's got to clutch up all alone. Serato, last man standing.
Why not?
Art going to tap on that bomb, but with no kit to play with, time might just decide this. Serato closes in, and it's a pistol round for FURIA to start off this third place decider.
Yeah, FURIA have had good T-sides in this map, right? That's actually been the standout way. It's been surprising, some of their CT stacks falling short in the defensive half, but on this T-side, man, what a brawl against Foot yesterday. So many B hits from both these two squads, just charging up ramp. Expect to see more of that aggression today for FURIA. So will the wheels come off? Legacy forced by up, look to threaten this second round and stop that conversion.
With the dodge, well handled here. Good response to stop this spillover through cave. Are certainly 2 players that could find themselves on similar wavelengths for how they think this game should be played. It's an advantage for FURIA, 5 on 4. And that bomb's been waiting outside of A from the top of the round. Fallen and Molidoy starting to walk it in.
Nice to see FURIA hitting their nades this time. It was shaky in the first game here at EWC. But things are starting to look a lot nicer now for FURIA as they pick up more and more steam on this map. Straight out A in this round. Legacy have conceded all control. 2 players waiting to strike. Ready and Donut. A lot of damage, but no kills. 2 frags come off the pistols. We got to fight back, and Fallen's putting up a show. It's been a very strong individual tournament here for Fallen. On down for FURIA. Should be too far gone.
All right, 1 here for Art at least, but Fallen, I was meant to reel him in. Art brings this one down to another 1v1 attempt, and again, it's Serato he's got to beat in the clutch. Knows he's formidable. Knows these are the rounds Serato's built for. Art might give chase, but again, time decides it. That's twice over now. Art's had a fighting chance in these clutches.
Oh, I think Legacy are going to buy again. Why wouldn't you? All 5 kills, get out with a Galil. Put your money where your mouth is and keep the pressure on this CT side. That's got to be a temptation here for Legacy. Drop over a whole rifle. So why not keep the good times rolling? I say that, Legacy playing safe. They want their gun round as soon as possible. And so no fault by Art will just keep that money, perhaps for the AWP for try into that next gun round. For now, FURIA get to redeem their 3rd. And I think that shows how much Legacy want this game, Harry. You intro with how this team is going to be keen to beat back on FURIA. Well, I think you could throw the strap book a little bit out the window in a match like this, but Legacy, they want it. They want it bad.
I think for FURIA, you know, they want to try and find a way to motivate themselves in this game. And when you see that Legacy won it, maybe that kind of spurs you on as well to try and deny it their way. And a couple of these slower rounds for FURIA out of the gate again, just leading into their default, bit of control out towards mid, taking the lane. Yakindar pressuring the cave. Bomb once more hoping to waltz out into an empty A site. And nobody home for Legacy right now. They just re-clear middle, but they lean into a gamble, and that's going to leave them on the wrong side of the map. So it's looking good here for FURIA to get these conversions.
Yeah, reasonable stack to make. But again, FURIA with the right call. Slow and steady on this A hit and falling with the final smoke, gonna put it down. Should be simple here for FURIA. Smoke does miss. New habits dying hard here for FURIA, but they get the control nonetheless. Nobody home. This is a 3-0 lead.
Bomb has been planted.
There we go, Paris. Now you're waking up.
Yeah, you don't like the saves, do you? Not big saving fans. No one really is.
What are you saving, boys? You got the Eagles.
I don't imagine we're going to get much more of it out of Legacy.
It's a 5 alive. I mean, I really would have liked some exits there for Legacy because they keep the pressure on in these first couple of rounds, but then they just let it go. Now FURIA get a wealth of economy on this T side, but Legacy get their 4-buy and Art drops over the AWP, so we are kicking it off with a sniper in the first gun round. Still, does feel that Legacy do need this map in the series. It hasn't necessarily been a great map for them as of late, so I think they're picking to punish, but FURIA are leveling up here on Ancient.
Yeah, I think right now it's, you know, arguably one of the strengths of FURIA, the idea that they're kind of actually piecing this one together. They've had a good run on Ancient here at EWC. And I think for the time being, you would feel foolish, right, with them making this change and bringing the map in to try and not punish them on it. But we've seen a mixed bag of results from that, and with each rep that FURIA get, they're going to get more lethal here on this map.
On the bright side, even though the results aren't necessarily wins here for Legacy, they have some close games against good teams. They showed it against Spirit yesterday. We saw them beat Falcons on it to win CAC in a BO5. A win versus Na'Vi here as well, dominant one. So maybe just trying to pull back to their recent success. It's just been a bit topsy-turvy at times. Unpredictable has this map been. And FURIA coming in with all these new ideas. A couple of players looking quite comfortable, like Yakindar, like Keserato. So no free lunch here for Legacy, that's for sure.
Well, you touched upon that try. AWP getting to come out very early into this game. And his bomb site is the one under the microscope. Gonna find that AWP in the right place. Let's see what version of try we get from the rip. Flashes in, forced off the line. Try at least gets his one. It's big damage on this ramp push.
Third player.
Lato lies in wait out towards long. A shot away from certain death. Keserato will deliver it. Bomb now planted. Keserato trying to get value low on HP. Just continuing to fight forward, playing it forward. A shot away from death, now 3 kills deep. Doom out. Was hoping that nade would bring him in for the 1v1. It has not. Keserato, despite the health, has continued to be a nuisance. Even now, the wrap on the long side puts him in a powerful post plant and Doom out. Oh, there's a flick from him. And Molidoy ready to follow up. FURIA keeping it flawless.
How does Keserato get away with all that damage there? I mean, he should have been dead on the Lato peak. It was the third man hidden in the site being baited by rotation. Lato can't land a single bullet. Keserato goes to make a risky play on low health and even kills one more rotation here. That is a beautiful round for Keserato. Even takes back long space as well, so doesn't offer himself up in this post plant. FURIA 4-0 starts. Banging beginning here. And J goes right out middle with a MAC-10 into the low economy round. Gotta watch out. He's coming through. Oh.
Turn from Nissim, right? And even that smoke block out in main, it's really thwarted the game plan of FURIA here. Still a Dumao, doing big damage, softens them up, tries AWP now appears, and that is gonna scare FURIA out of this A play. Fallen's trying to open a back door.
Oh,
but won't survive the crossing. Lato putting him down. That bomb was moving back. What's Molidoy supposed to do?
This could not have gone worse for FURIA every step of the way. I mean, even if they just killed that backside player on A, they might have room to plant despite the kill and donut. FURIA get nothing from this round. What a shutdown. They go no further. Legacy on the board off the back of a low economy round. They put money in. And it pays off. Dividends here on this CT side. What a shot from Lato. Another cool thing about just Legacy being in this position is it feels like game to game, anyone can step up and carry you through a match, right? We've had incredible maps from Try as of late, but Nissim can show up even as the typical bottom performer. Lado and Dumao. Modern era of Brazilian CS with a lot of firepower, but they get run down in this round. FURIA Tech9's chasing this B site.
Feeling like they do just want to follow through with this. Smoke's down. If you were going to make a move, now's the time. Break on that smoke. Try doesn't get to see a thing. They decide to leave, looking instead to try and change this one. It's out towards middle. Nissim lies in wait, and they didn't know about Dumao hiding in this corner. They end up playing right into Legacy's hands, now realizing the best play was just to battle through into B, but you learn that too late. You pay a hefty price. Bombers to try and traverse up the ramp past this Try AWP.
Throw it, why not try? Molidoy leaps it into the site here for Yuri. FURIA can shoot their way out of this situation.
Oh, Yuri nervously makes it out into the cave. Molidoy holding for this scale up. How long does he wait? Nissim spotted, Nissim dealt with. And now you've got a bomb to play around. Legacy feeling the pressure of that timer. They will find Molidoy. Can Yuri come as the nasty surprise? There's a catch. Spam just off the mark. Ammo runs dry, and as they hound him down, Legacy stick the landing on a retake. Starting to find some ground now on this CT side. Moves in the right direction.
Wonder if that's a bit of inexperience for FURIA on the map, right? Decided to rotate. I feel like they had the perfect position. They had players in cave, they had smokes down and a man advantage. They still decide to rotate. Sure, Legacy have a really strong setup for that position. The bait in the corner and mid with a red player. But I think if FURIA just commit off of their smoke execute, the one time they had nades down, they can win that round. And you can tell FURIA, they've been putting in the work. They throw that pre-molly to put out the elbow smoke. Trying to get the tricks on this T side. No smoke down though. Legacy lock it. And FURIA with Glocks on 2 and Molidoy Hero AK. Not much to do in this round. Legacy warming into this game, it seems. Now they're in a very strong position.
Man, this AK's just been getting blocked over towards cave. Molidoy trying to get the round going, but Legacy just aren't giving him the room. Third player now joins the ranks over towards this B site. And again, a reblock over in cave. I mean, you've been hoping that when these smokes fade, that's going to bring you into the round, but this might force a change of direction out of FURIA. Players skirt away out towards middle art. Thought about coming through this smoke. Good thing he didn't. Yuri was waiting for that exact move. 20 seconds. This is going to be a buzzer beater out of FURIA. Eyes set on this B site. Finally, Molodoy with a chance to play. AK with one. Teammates getting mowed down. K Serato even finds one on the Glock, but he's got 8 seconds and no gun. And this plant ain't happening. Try walks right on through.
They give it a go, but yeah, not really armed for the job, our FURIA in that round. Just one kill off the Molodoy AK. Could not multi-kill to set his teammate up for a plant. Nicely handled here for Legacy, but as it should be, the buy comes back in here for FURIA once again. We've had all the suspects of Legacy show up like you'd like. FURIA with refreshing utility on this T side, gotta be said. Lurk Smoke though gets punished, break on it, and a player of the cubby will not let Yakindo walk out the ramp. Meanwhile, FURIA go for this punch on the A side. Try miss shot could be a problem. They burn him out, he smokes. No entrance here for FURIA. Nice shot for Molodoy. He's dropped an AWP. Maybe he can pick it up, but Dumao will not let them in easy. Molodoy AK put to use. 3 kills deep into this round before the flash. 4 blinds, and the round gets closed out by Legacy. All 5 on the site. Everybody home. And it's Legacy with the timeout off the back of that chaotic round. Putting FURIA in quite the predicament early in this game. We got 3K a player. What was once a FURIA lead 4-0 has caught up with them quickly here on Ancient. Cool FURIA experienced all you want. It didn't help against FUT yesterday when we hit crunch time. Think of the OTs, the leads, the advantages FURIA had. All of that was not enough to beat the plucky underdog. And Legacy, who have already had an event of punching up the entire way. No strangers to being in this position. Also, just the fun factor of denying club championship money here for FURIA. Legacy want to take it all away. Boom. FURIA love this A site. It does not love them back.
Even though you've gained a bit of ground here, always feeling nervous to plant, but then Molodoy does that, and he's just giving you a route for a bomb plant, and your post plant now in cave. Tech9 up next, and Molodoy's gonna steal the glory dead after his double, but you'd like to think he's done his part in the round. Hands off now to Yuri and K Serato, and as Try barrels around that corner, he goes in to his demise. Flash in. K Serato with a follow-up. And Dumao low, slinking away on that AWP, heads for the hills, tail between his legs. That's a pistol breakthrough in the 3v5 from FURIA.
Dude, Molodoy showed up, that's for sure. He's hit some cracking shots on the Deagle and the AK in this game. Finds 2 massive entries here, puts the bomb down, and puts FURIA in the winning position. That was not meant to be the round that FURIA come out with, especially in that disadvantage. But hey, Molodoy has a bone to pick with them. Beautiful shots. FURIA, I mean, they're just not shying away from fights at any point in this game. It's not like they're playing really long, strung-out rounds. They're going for pretty direct plays, one-man fakes, full-site XX. Oh, here we go, full burned out, trying to get heaven control there. It doesn't really feel worth it. Legacy nailing their shot in middle. Double AWP is out in this round. That might come as a bit of a surprise. Weird smoke in the middle here from FURIA. As Nissim tries to bait for his teammate. One more bullet might have found Yakindo. Dumao will have to do so, he cannot. Yakindo draws back the advantage. Double red smoke. Better safe than sorry.
Tries hanging around to try and watch this red room scale, but eventually wants to move. And so you're going to see Lato pick this up. This brings into fruition a bit of a slow lean over towards A. Two players here now, third close by, ready to rotate. And so FURIA are going into a bit of a stack. Try on the line. Sees a player sneaking in, ready for that jump up. That's a flick on a Molodoy, gets rid of him. Still paranoid about this red room, still looking over their shoulder, but tries making it real easy for them with this AWP. Fallen left in the clutch, 1v4, leaves it to a gunfight, leaves it to that duel on Lato, and comes up short.
Now the jig is up right now for FURIA. Legacy are reading them perfectly in the quiet mid-round, going back for an A stack like that. I mean, that's just because FURIA time after time have walked out A main with no util. Try again. Nailing his shots, triple kill off the AWP. He could see that boost happening. He still didn't even pre-aim it. Trusts in his ability. Try and Lato soaring ahead here on the CT side.
I mean, you know, we talked about coming in, how this one's kind of for pride, for status between these Brazilian squads. 6 years spent in FURIA, then having to go and rebuild himself after his removal. Linking up with Legacy, but even if you look at the individuals, you know, Dumao and Lato as a duo kind of meant to be that next Keserato and Yuri. Hell, even thinking the different directions that these organizations have taken themselves, right? Legacy staying true to the more homegrown formula, looking into South America, you know, with the signing a tribe, but keeping it very, very close to home. Meanwhile, for FURIA, it was the move to international. It was bringing in European components. Someone like Molodoy wants to show that that was the right move in this game, that he is the more competent AWP player. Everyone's got a little something to prove here in a game that has really tightened up. That early lead for FURIA, long since forgotten about. Money at the end of the tether. More so for FURIA than for Legacy, but no one's feeling too pretty at the end of this round if you lose it. So this is the one that shapes up this first half.
Ooh, this is going to be quite a flick. Oh, it looks ugly. Entry off the boost here. Yuri back on the board. And FURIA, I mean, surely you just go for the B execute at this point. You've still got two Tech 9s, it's still an imperfect round. There's an AWP to grab on ramp. Last time they were in this position, they overcooked and they went for the late donut rotate. That got shut down by mid control. Legacy looked to do it again. Gonna go searching. Timing is awkward though on that red smoke. They crack it open. Molodoy getting spotted, but going straight back to B. Legacy read it again. 20 seconds, FURIA into 3.
Stacks have just been so well placed here for Legacy. Oh, with Lato dead right away. Skirmish up towards the ramp ends in FURIA's favor. Bomb now going down in a 3v2. Look how far removed from this round Try is. It's only Nissim close by. Flash high for Nissim to try and scale. You need that first incision soon. Clock working against you, Spam connecting, Try, finished off, Keserato, hell of a wallbang. And one more man back in the cave, not yet known about. These wallbangs have just been lethal.
Do it.
Defuse being held, Spam off the mark.
Do it.
No push yet, Molodoy just gets there in time. FURIA, pole position taken. And money in the dirt for Legacy. Will this be enough for FURIA to etch out an advantage at the end of this first half?
Oh, that Spam for Keserato. 3 different bursts, all while strafing, hits every single one. So, big shutdown on Try's AWP, but it has been a menace in this game. And yeah, Legacy might have the right stack, but FURIA really well-placed utility for blinding those 2 B players. Got 2 M4s here. For Legacy to hold on in the half, I'm not counting anything out and come back stronger later in this game.
I mean, also just expect a scrappy round here for Legacy, right? And it is just that instant aggression, a punch down through the ramp. Lose a player early out towards A, but no one's in a position to really react to this move right now. You know about players taking away room on the extremities. You know about this lane control. But you're not able to react quickly with the bomb on Fallen's back at the doors. Queserato cleanly done, and they hold this spillover.
Done for.
No worries here. FURIA looking good to find a lead heading into their CT side.
Feels like a hard round to overcook, letting the kills come to them. And if Lato gets inquisitive in middle, he will be dead. So FURIA pull the brakes up. The only way this could get weird is an A stack. But Bomb moves with the pack. Lato not taking the jump spot is going to keep him standing in this round. 40 seconds for FURIA to pick a bomb site. Kinder goes searching first, the probe on A, falling for nothing. Get concerned, and wow, that will extend it. Good shot from Lato, trade it back, bomb going to B, and Yuri has the space. So consider it a lock-in. A 7-round half here for FURIA. They start strong. Legacy came back stronger, but FURIA still win out on their T side. It's been their go-to on this new edition of Ancients. It's their defense we have to hold on to.
Short. Gaat dus denk ik niet, short. Oh, pillar. Pillar. Dois B.
Nice, Queserato.
Nice shot.
Só fecha atrás.
Mais um. Mais dois, né?
Começa um.
Parece ser os três. Parece ser os três.
Começa um.
Mais dois.
Mais dois. Um começo. Tô perdido. Começa o último. Nice, velho.
Pega cá, não.
It's FURIA holding the lead right now. Legacy.
Okay.
Oh, in come the Brazilians.
I think the FURIA fans have just entered the building. They missed the whole half, but they're here.
This is going to be a markedly different vibe to what we've had up until now, Paris. In come the drums, in come the trumpets. Fallen with the first. No matter what happens, a Brazilian squad is winning today.
He can't lose. Oh,
with a gnarly shot on the smoke. Dumao doing damage to everything in sight. Even his teammates. Try takes one to the back of the head. Down. But two pairs of dual Berettas. It's 4 guns in this retake. Gotta be clean with it. Molodoy knows there's a player close in the sight. Yuri is gonna find him. Maybe that gives him room to start to play now. Smoke down on this bomb. Molodoy gives it a tap. And Art is full mag dump this smoke, but there's no reaction yet from Molodoy, hoping to catch him the second time around, and that had to be the chance. That had to be the kill. No winning this anymore, but he's not about to get knifed either. Molodoy with all the kills, it's still Legacy with that pistol round.
and this is where FURIA are really going to get put to the test, right? I mentioned it coming into this half. It's been the harder half. It had some struggles, even with stacks in the right place, just at closing rounds. And so FURIA, a nice recovery on their T side, despite Legacy certainly waking up here. But the job has just begun. And Legacy squeezing every ounce of time they can, coming into this force buy for FURIA, expecting a buy in this second round, our Legacy. So timeout called. Knowing the importance of converting the pistol, I mean, this round is more important to win than the first. Pick up that second, and FURIA could break Legacy entirely. base out middle here. They've been watching the FURIA games. They know for the most part this team are not taking heavy mid control. Occasionally we saw 3 mid. Foot managed to crunch that with utility yesterday, dropping triple nades in elbow. But this round, of course, with lesser weaponry, lesser utility, FURIA have to concede. They go for the clear late. In that downtime, Legacy setting their sights on B. Heaven Swing will find a lot of info and a lot of bodies in middle. FURIA's Deagles can't handle it. Oh, Yuri's crossed. This is getting weird.
Unable to follow up though, just on the receiving end of that Dumao rifle, and with his teammates having made it up through the ramp, they find this gap.
Bomb has been planted.
Now in this type of a game, Foldin, he's going to be trying at everything in these clutches, and he was a very clutch player for FURIA on their run through the playoffs. And the arm of the MP9, and players still in the sight. Round that corner, Lato holds and gets rewarded for it. Tie game. As the force buy does not pan out, Legacy good to move into the lead.
I mean, one thing that's nice right now is the big 3 for Legacy are stepping up tall. Lato and Dumao on rifles, Try on the AWP, all have had big impactful rounds, big multi-kills in this game. You can't say the same about the big 3 on FURIA, not yet at least. Yakinda with a very slow start to this game. Straight out middle again here for Legacy, just looking to farm on the MP, on the MAC-10. That molly stops FURIA from forcing the kills in mid. And again, FURIA, a nice rotation, knowing what this means, going straight back to that B site as Legacy make their move. Deep mollies in though, again. Hold FURIA back, and Fallen gets caught in it, stuck between fire and flames, clearing cave, and all worries avoided here for Legacy.
5-11 round, and now gets to play a bit of a bonus, right? Gonna keep that MAC-10 in play. Oh, might get more scary when he's donning an SMG. Gonna see the Molidoy AWP from the get-go on this CT side.
Let's go.
Much like Try did in that first half, but here's the up-tempo round you were worried about. The moment you saw it's a bonus for Legacy. They are right up ramp, they are in your face, are dead first. Unable to fully stop this push through. Dumao, head on a swivel! Oh, the Deeg nearly does it. Brings Queserato down low, and now he hands off to Lato, and it is this duo that's meant to be so scary. Dumao got the fires starting. Can Lato keep them burning? One more still to find. And Molidoy hasn't moved a muscle yet. Hoping that the anxiety sets in for Lato, that he can catch him out in no man's land and make this a very easy 1v1, but Lato's not about to give this one away. Sneaks down the ramp, looks to play the long game. Hopes that time can decide it. Smoke on that bomb. Kit for Molidoy. Defuse being held. Lato has to hit this and just misses it off the mark. Defuse robbed. Molidoy with the clutch.
Okay, it was getting scary when Molidoy is sitting back in case Rotta's playing alone, but he knows he can just get on that bomb later in the round. Very scary. Lato paints around him with bullets. Cannot find the clutch. Such banging shots here for Dumao. That Deagle connects to the head. This is Legacy's round off of the rush, but it was only a bonus, keep in mind. That's FURIA's first fall by connecting. Legacy have got more in store, and they don't have MAC-10s to hold them back. One man in the donut here. Otherwise, an empty bomb site. As Legacy look to just go for the full send.
Dumao maybe a little too hungry, takes a chunk out of heart on that push. Still gonna find a way in. Nissim having this donut control is a very nice boon for Legacy, something to play around. You can now have an angle to plant this bomb. It's the fast flanky Yakinda that might throw everything through a loop here. Closing in main side, he's got 2 players back turned. And they don't know where to look right now. Silence sets in, but they're waiting for Yakindar to arrive. Try, gun on, gets rid of the backstab. Lato up next, shoots through the temple retake. And so back and forth we go. Rounds traded, Legacy maintain their lead. And money in an awkward spot for FURIA going forward. They've got to hold on to this AWP. It's all they're going to have to work with in this next round. It would be a great time for top performer Molodoy to offer something up. Because he has been a big hitter here in this 3rd place decider. 16 kills to his name.
Especially when you consider Legacy trying to take a page out of FURIA's book, going for these A hits. Question is, where do you start with the AWP in a round like this? Because you want to force a kill, you want to stay mobile. It's Legacy, you want to go out middle, and Fallen just backs him with a USP. Nissim's chasing this down. Molodoy's on that B site. And the bomb is in flow right now. Boost up, nets Caesarato something. And so FURIA, who have continually put more into these low econ rounds, again looking like it might just pay off. That reload though is a warning sign. And Try takes it, walks all the way into this site, calling for the bomb as well. Art still has a lot of room to clear, but Try has taken so much back. And as FURIA clear middle, they don't know what lurks behind them.
Just so quickly too, right? You've got no idea his timing is this good. Try is threading the needle right now. But if they go back to Donut, suddenly this bomb crossing in could become an issue.
You've got to consider this. The whole map is quiet with 4 CTs alive. Like, you know they've got to be nearby. So Yakinda might get caught entirely. That free kill comes in, but it warns Caesarato, who's still in position. Barrel spotted. Yuri needs to hit this shot, and so he will. Bomb dropped by Caesarato. Try thrust into a clutch.
We'll have a chance to get this bomb planted. So let's see exactly what Try is capable of in the 1-on-3. It's all 3 through the donut for FURIA. Flash out of mid. Try knows where this last guy is coming from. And that's clinical. Now a clash of the AWPers. Only one of them with a weapon of choice. Molodoy, surely not another bomb stick out in the open. Try can't stop him. And that's twice over now. Molodoy's not had to depend on the fights, just getting on that bomb. Enough of a problem.
That's crazy, man. He's a little too late to that, but again, it feels right on time for Molodoy because he picks up the kit, he picks up the molly, gives him the confidence just to get on that bomb. And so a couple of rounds where Legacy, you know, they do the hard part. They hit the important shots, but it's Try on low health who can't do anything about that bomb stick. FURIA trading rounds now, last 4, back and forth. Barely standing economically, but both teams in that position. And Legacy go back for mid-control. They do it quick. Ouch. Kinder might want to get out of here. A couple of spam shots good. 5v4 for Legacy. Molodoy MVP in these round wins. Let's see how his AWP fares here in red.
Triple setup, so I think you want to re-clear middle right now. It's a Wolfpack grouping in the red room. Spot on Nissim. Spooked him out of clearing this entirely. It's a check on Dumau. So an opener found here for FURIA.
Caesarato doesn't even need to leave, although that nade suggests it. Still sits in this corner, ready for the late round. Good bait from Yakinda to run away in this one. Set Caesarato up nicely for this kill, and they're still going to go clear him, so he should be gone. It's awkward timing for Caesarato. Molodoy makes up for it. That's a connection. Still got Fallen on this A side. Can Molodoy stop any further progress? Legacy just run into spawn. Molodoy gives Nissim nothing. Gonna wait for Yuri to throw that flash, and it goes. It's not ideal. They called it off. Fallen is still here. Cannot stop this bomb though, and Nissim is not done with this round. fake the bomb? Or did Fallen just find an angle? I don't know how he gets off it. That was a free plant right there. Legacy not convinced. They don't stick that plant. They could have put Nissim in a great position, but instead, getting off it to fight Donut has given Fallen the kill. That is the first glaring mistake, it seems. The hands Furia a crucial round down the stretch. Yeah, look at this swing off of default. Not ideal here for Legacy.
Certainly the worst time for it, right? This late in the game, money on the line.
Yeah, you need that bomb plant. You've been back and forth for 4 rounds in a row now. Not only Furia have a lead, they have back-to-back, and they put you on pistols. That's a disaster for Legacy, really. Even if you lose the round, the bomb plant is going to bail you out somewhat. Now they got nothing. Hero AK and Furia, they've been handed a ticket to Ancient.
Can Lato be that guy? That was your chance, Fallen. Now knows about the presence of all these bodies back over in main, and so it's just a block from FURIA. They've got control over the lane, they've got eyes on mid. This one maybe starting to feel a little too obvious. It's one guy with a gun, a bunch of pistols trying to set him up. And so top rifler, Lato at 17 and 11. Has to be the difference maker. Boost up. We see Fallen hanging out behind the site. First shot connects from Molidoy and just waves to this defense because remember, FURIA knew the whole time where this round was ending.
Nasty from Keserato. May just be Glocks for the most part, but important kills because if the Legacy get positioned there, they scale in. Fallen's under threat, smoke down on Molidoy, but everybody does their job here for FURIA. That was a gimme round. They had to win it, and they do. Game on now. If Legacy have anything left in the tank, now is the time to pull it out. What is the call? 11-9 down, and their future on their map pick rests on this rifle round. Is it just an old classic B-pop?
Well, the time to do it would be now. It's only Yuri on this side of the map. Sure, Keserato is closing in on lane. Teammate arriving in the form of Yakindar. But you do have room. You've got something to hold on to here. And as Lato drives that advantage home, he's taken the long side away. That's your post plant. Oh, Molidoy with a pickup.
Back on.
Starting to lose some room now, a Legacy. Hot under the collar, Art and Nissim, 2 versus 3. Guns picked up. Armed, dangerous. But now have to leave a mark. Ugly from Art on the spray. Nissim able to make up for it. No trade there because Keserato hits a blinder.
What a transfer! That is next level from Keserato. If you see that from his POV, that's going to be impressive because, my God, full spray from the site back to long. He has just won that round. Molidoy, sure, maybe there's a 1v1 bomb stick in there for him, but he was a long way out. Keserato, massive triple kill, and look at him go. Insta headshot on 8 health. Keserato makes it so. Nasty stuff here for FURIA, picking up some important retakes now. This is 4 rounds in a row. Legacy are getting desperate. They go for the all-in.
Legacy's attempt to punish.
Cancelled. Fallen's Molly called it off.
Throwing an Ancient into the ring to start this third place decider. And if it doesn't pan out here, you're left to the mercy of Furia's Nuke.
Yeah, Foot were not fans of that map last night.
In a match where it feels like Legacy were the team that we're going to be hungry, had something to prove, had something to fight for, versus a Furia that came out at the end of that semi-final yesterday and said they don't even care. This is not the result you were hoping for. Legacy have got to hold on.
It's falling apart at the seams. Flank on this A push has dropped the bomb. Kill after kill coming through for Furia. Try does do that exactly to force this round back. Nice shot off the off as well.
Hot hands now, but won't be able to round it out with a third. And that leaves you with just one guy left to stop Furia with a runaway at the end of Ancient. Out into the open, Nissim, Feld, Fallen holding his own. And Furia scraped by on Ancient. Back and forth from the get-go. But in the end, Furia able to lock in, level up. And now just their map pick of Nuke away from third place.
Yeah, you want to talk level up, well, watch out Legacy on that second. Now Furia are taking the cake. Ancient was a little punish pick there from Legacy. It comes back to haunt them. Now we go to Nuke. It's going to be an uphill battle for Legacy, a map they've struggled on, let them down at Cologne. One win here at EWC, but that was against a different level of competition. This one on the stage, and Furia, who have proved themselves time and time again on Nuke through thick and thin, did it yesterday as well in that Foot game in the semi-finals. Furia blitzed through them. There was no contest. So that T-side starts yet again could be a problem here. As Furia, they found 9 rounds on it last night. Legacy, was it only a pipe dream to take down Brazil's best, or have you got more in you?
Well, they're going to have to. This is going to take everything if you want to try and beat Furia here. Ramp hit in this pistol round. Nissim does what he can, but it's Yakindar to get the ball rolling. Ball makes its way down towards lower, and this one already with a couple of twists and turns. Furia have shown that they really like to try and keep their opponents guessing when they're the ones on the T side, and it's the lurk of Keserato that really drives home that message. Hanging around ramp side. Oof, not quite good for the second. Art will get the best of him.
Well, he's getting
Where that came from. There's a lot in these lurks for Furia on their T side of Nuke. How much time can Yakindar buy down at lower? Here's the mount underneath him. Oh, no. It's a little ugly, but he will make up for it. And now it's Art left up in this clutch. He's been clean in this pistol, but no idea where Molidoy is. He's been getting lurked on all round. Will arrive. Time decides it. Great display from Art, but again, you know, it's the clock deciding the outcome there. All the kills, none of the glory. Pistol round picked up for Furia.
Okay, so many of these rounds here, 4 frags for Art, but they fall short of any impact. Furia on the board early. And the thing I enjoyed about Furia on this map yesterday was they knew they were the better team and they played like it. They showed it off in that series. Absolutely ran over Foot. We've seen some really slow T-sides out of Furia this tournament. At times come back to haunt them, but it wasn't on Nuke yesterday. Even after losing Ancient right in the final round, Furia were just constantly aggressive on this T-side, doing a lot of quick splits. Here's a great example, but Yakindar look at the wrong way, runs right into that rifle. We weren't expecting an M4, but Art has handed it over to Try. So put to use straight away in this force buy round for Legacy. Furia still don't feel the fear. They go down lower, 4 players. Smoking the way, but only 1 man to stop them. Meanwhile, Legacy make the right move. They push lobby as a unit. Gonna get this info quick. The sooner Furia go, the better.
And he's gonna start to drop. You still need something from Dumao. arrives down the vent, but it's not a hero's welcome into 4 players. He gets shut out of the round right away. Dumao able to hold on, and now this B site starts to get padded out. Rotates arriving in full force for Legacy. Nissim back and forth. It's left on a Queserato. Brings it down to this 1v1. The late arrival of Lato, is that what's needed? He sneaks down the vent. Queserato, no idea where this last man is. Holds off on planting. Lato doesn't budge.
How do you stick it here? Gonna have to shut the door.
Less time you leave yourself, the less options open a Queserato. Eventually, we'll just have to focus on getting that bomb down, and that's when Lato will look for the freedom to make his play. Door stuck. But there's the swing. Queserato, I think it would have been easy to get thrown there after feeling like you've wasted a couple of key seconds. But knows that with time so low, it was only a matter of moments before Lato walks out into the open.
Yeah, he couldn't have restuck that bomb. There was no time left. He had to get that fight on that second, and he gets it. Queserato, just a great read of the game. Feels very unlikely that he's going to fake out there. Lato walks into his crosshair, so clutch round out of Queserato early. Legacy were in this position last map. They didn't decide to force buy to keep the pressure on. It won't again. Just the Artmax 7. An ode to Apex here in Paris. FURIA go charging straight down ramp into this B site. Art's going to have to push ahead of that Molotov. They go window, this could be profitable, but Yuri on 16 health survives. Bomb down, forget about it.
I think it's fair to say Art's been using the shotguns longer than Apex, but Apex did it better. That was the difference.
Last second run at it for Try, keep the pressure on. Oops. Nothing to do here for Legacy. So FURIA 3-0 conversion. To me, the question here, Harry, is how dominant can FURIA make it?
Terrorists win.
Yukinda says he doesn't care about this game, so why not just get out of it quick? Is that the goal here for FURIA? Some fast-paced rounds coming in. Show the difference between you and number 2 in Brazil. Fall by and tries all in play.
With a spot there, sees Yukinda scaling out over the top of the silo. I don't know if you're ready for this routing. Dropping off main roof very, very quickly. He's already made it across to those secret stairs. Rest of his team waiting back in the lobby. So how do they want to use Yukinda? Is this just a fake in at lower, or is there more to it than that? Seen a number of vent drops out of FURIA on these T sides. Are they going to look to reconvene by trying to take ramp away? That will put them on the receiving end of this tri-orb.
It's a scary position, isn't it? Because not only can Try thin the herd, he can drop back very easily. Taking a wide line, FURIA pressure on the A side. This is all a bit of a ruse right now as they go back. So you think. Try moving back as well, able to rotate back down lower. FURIA just very undecided right now. Doesn't look like they're getting their ducks in a row, figuring out who's throwing what nades. 35 on the clock, Try hits his shot, back to B he goes.
Best player in on that ramp rotation is gone, and so you're looking at Try, you're looking at this AWP. He's got a lot to answer for here. Yukinda's going to have full manipulation over those vent rotates, and so Try might just have to be the difference maker. Dead after a double, and now you're locked out of this. Legacy, no path to rotate in. Planted. And in this 3v2, it just becomes a numbers game with vents locked down. You can't get the bodies into lower. FURIA keep racking them up.
To be honest, it's a bit of a shocker that Legacy even think that they can rotate down vent. That's very optimistic. They know they lost yard early, and so that lower control is a guarantee here for FURIA. They wouldn't be going dry out ramp if not for Yakinda in this position. So Legacy, lackadaisical punishment on that rotation. FURIA find a fourth, and they do it easily, despite Try's best work.
Terrorists win.
This is perhaps where the difference starts to show. Oh, full blind as well. Couple of guns here for Legacy. Gonna force up around them. Scout for Try, SMG for Dumao, and another go here for Legacy. Time early rotation. Locker smoke here for FURIA. They want to go for the deep yard control. They barely got Yakinda outside, so FURIA looking ready to pounce on his top site. He's just going to solo fake this instead.
Awkward fleet of entry attempts, and everything comes up short for FURIA. Porte makes it down the vent, but what's he meant to do here? Nissim already in position. Oh, maybe had to stop him planting that bomb.
Big.
So a bit of extra money made on his way out of the round, but not much in this still now for Fallen. Not much left to fight back with. Low on health, Nissim finishes the job. 5 rounds in, Legacy get on the board with a clean round.
Nice to see them squeeze out maximum players surviving as well. Even Nissim playing very safe when he gets that spot. But FURIA are going to keep the good times coming. They're going to keep the buys rolling here on this T side. So going to need multiple gun rounds for Legacy if they want to break FURIA. We had a similar start back on Ancient. 4-0 lead for FURIA. Got close in the middle of the half, but FURIA can avoid all that right now. Molodoy's orb up on top. Searching for Try. And he finds him. Big opener. Oh look, timing. Keserato walks past the vent. And he is in this A site. This is taken lobby. Lato somehow aware. Good head on his shoulders. And a messy clear outside here for Yakinda leads Art to another kill. Despite the early advantage for FURIA, not maintained. 2v4, Fallen and Molodoy. Old meets new, but they're being flanked.
The student and the master see this one through. The backstab of Nissim makes you think it's not happening. Knife kill. Nissim pulls the blade.
Oh yeah. Fallen, you got a clutch in you. These positions should make it very hard, even if it clears CT vent. Right above him sits another player. Lato waits to strike. Fallen goes searching. Good check right up above though. Fallen almost connects the final shot. Lato triple kill, and Nissim knife locks in the round here for Legacy. Back to back. And no plan for FURIA. Some problems perhaps in Paradise.
You're not getting the same level of room on these T sides that we've seen. This is mobile defense being offered up at a Legacy. New positions every time, it feels like, out in the yard, and enough to stop these Yakindar lurks in their tracks. Won't deter him from going for it again. It's Keserato this time, crossing out yard side very, very quickly. Hero Gun makes it through Secret.
Yeah, let's see if he plays it any differently to Yakinda. Is it just controlling the vent, or does he want to actually put pressure on this lower side? Because Fury don't have a lot of options to get out ramp. They just have to kind of run at it and do it dry. Keserato's getting in position to punish this B rotation. Or will it be needed? Legacy have 2 players on ramp. It moves, try catches one, the pistols start to run, flood on this ramp, and it gets stopped. No success here with pistols. Keserato lost to the hands of time. But at least he gets that door open, unsuspecting our Legacy. They start to look down. Keserato in a half health, 1v4. Should be too much to ask for the man. And in these positions, I like the Legacy don't feed the beast. They don't thirst for the kill. Just look to lock in the round and their money as well. Keserato might die after time here if Legacy get their way.
Feels like that's starting to dawn on him as well, right? The idea that they're looking to punish as that clock runs low. Keserato just forces a fight to come through.
But they wish they were back here in the Accor Arena.
You saw how emotional it made Dupree being back here, right? The last CSGO major trophy, a place that Vitality know all too well. Maybe another time, that's what you got to tell yourself. This is our appetizer to the grand final coming up later today.
Who have you got, Harry? You think Foot can do it?
It's a real tough one, isn't it?
Dong's looking good.
There's just so many unknown quantities with Foot in this final. Pressure didn't get to them in the semis, they're able to level up, but this is a whole different beast in this room.
It's hard to not back Spirit in this one, but safe to say I expect to see Foot bring a fight to that match. And a BO5 as well. We're eating good tonight.
Room was open. Try moves in on this AWP, but they're already out. First shot will land. Try attempting to get away, and even though they try and give chase, he will survive with this AWP in tow.
He's so slick.
5v4, ramp room taken, but you see those rotates in towards lower. Legacy try and get ahead of this. I'll split the defense here, 3-2. And it's more aggression from this tri-AWP. Now their line in towards the hut. First man into his crosshair, coming around that corner. Try desperate to extend this advantage even further if he can. Nails the shot, hangs around, Fallen will punish. Up next has support from Lato, but he's gone after one. Are they ready for the third man? Are they ready for this thorn in their side?
Not at all.
Art backside, losing his teammates, sure, but the longer he doesn't play, the less expected he's meant to be. Molidoy hits a flick. And Art baits his whole team there, hoping he can win it.
I mean, yeah, they got a vent though, they're crazy. What were Legacy hoping for? Now they hope for Dumao. A 1v2, but both positions contained here by FURIA. Surely you can't suspect a setup like this. Dumao gets one, no clue where to look. And Molidoy waits to strike in the back. FURIA find their way. Forge into this T side. That hurts for Art, man, because you feel like there were opportunities to strike, but the longer he waits, the worse his chance gets. Molidoy hits a blinder on that flick. That's a rough round to lose here for Legacy. Could have leveled out the score. Fast on top. Oh my, 1-by-1, fish in a barrel.
Yeah, you give Try a couple of 1v1s like this, he's licking his lips. That's 2 from his AWP.
Vent dive.
Doom out. Can't quite stop them from scaling down the vent, but Art certainly can. And so now we hand off to Molodoy, 1 versus 3.
Unbelievable. Are you?
Player on the scenes, Nissim. Molodoy's got to be ready for this early fight, and he certainly is. And all right, Paris, are we believing in this? 1v3 as it starts. Molodoy's got hot hands. Nothing but self-belief in this guy as he repositions around the smoke. Molodoy trying to cut down Legacy, and this would be quite the way to do it. Now it's just Art. For the rest of Furia, a familiar foe. Molodoy leaves it to chance. And not meant to be. Art collects his clutch.
See a whirring there, Molodoy. Every read is perfect. Knows Nissim's down B early, gives him a jiggle. Push through the smoke, as I will ask on this B site. But just wanted that last kill too quick, wanted the position, gives it to Art. Nice try from Molodoy. But Legacy putting up more of a fight than maybe you were ready for here. Not the prettiest A hit for Furia. Would love to see some more of these yard control rounds that got them against foot, even if they're going for these deep lurks. It's been a lot on ramp. Okay, Art helps out. Nissim gets the back up. That Molly, he sits behind it, looking to fight as they fall in. Lots of info. They know this one's coming. Art offering support. Both these players in the B site holding it down valiantly. 2v3 now. And Furia get that bomb back.
I think Molodoy may be feeling like he has unfinished business here, right? Close to the 1v3 in that last round. This time he's got a teammate with him. Yuri making moves, taking control out towards the single door. Spot on that vent rotation. It's rare that you instantly get a repeat chance to clutch up. A shot of redemption for Molodoy. First shot lands. Tries Orb now firing off. He's going to go looking for the ramp fight. Whittled down in the engagement. Lato finishes the job, and so Legacy turn the heat up on Nuke. Tie game, very similar flow to Ancient. Early lead for Furia. Legacy able to roll with the punches. And a chance now at stealing the lead away at the end of this half.
But how similar is it, right? Do Furia find these last couple and excel at the end of their T side? They've certainly got the money to do so now. That was only pistols with a hero. Now they get full rifles, all power on Molodoy as well. I want to see Furia give him the room to go for his move, look for his opening pick. Found it last time, top the silo. And Try has been quite the opponent in this game. You got to give him that. So Molodoy with his work cut out for him. Furia desperately needing a man advantage because these last few rounds have been slipping through their fingers. 2 in a row, 5 out of the last 6. Do now down vent because Furia have been cheeky in this T side. Molodoy still looks for that pick outside. Smokes may make it a little more difficult as the ramp push comes in here for Legacy. Doesn't want to give up that kill. He's going to hunt him down though, and Lato just escapes with his life. Robbery onto Yakindar. Follow makes it main. No one's watching this.
There is this lobby aggro to worry about, so space for Fallen doesn't come to matter thanks to Art just cancelling his great timing on that main hit. Oh, a miss for Molodoy. And instantly brought down low. You're just thinking about writing this off. That must be entering your mind now in this 3-on-5. If you do want to have anything to fight with, if you want to be able to split the difference on this half, you need these guns.
Especially with that Molodoy AWP, right?
All right, we know what that means. We don't like the saves here.
Who does? Sometimes you got to do it though. All right, Paris, I want to do a temperature check. BO5 final coming up later. Who here is cheering for Spirit? What about Foot? We love an underdog, do we? All coming up in just a couple of hours' time. Got beef to settle between the Brazilians first.
So lucky, bro. How? Tight. Ah, valeu.
So here we go. Last round of the half, last chance for FURIA to edge around on this board.
Trizorp has constantly been a problem. Always a nuisance. Maybe even more than that in this round with 3 players crossing.
Oh my!
Snipes K Serato out of play, nearly the follow-up as well. Onto Molidoy, breaks that smoke. One man's made it down. Try just harassing with pot shots through the smoke. FURIA go crossing. 3 players make it down. That might be the first man on the scene, but thus far, still to catch this timing. The jump check has kind of let him down here. Yuri's made it by. Now the same for Fallen. They both creep under his crosshair.
This is crazy.
Art has no clue that 2 players have bypassed him entirely. There's the spot. There's the info. Art at least not going to get blindsided by players suddenly coming out through the single door. Certainly feeling the pressure, and it's not like everyone's accounted for here. We always have to bear in mind these FURIA lurks. This time it's Yakindar on those extremities. Quick work made over those players in at the door. And Molidoy trying to give chase is getting toyed with.
See ya.
Oh, Art's playing with him. But a Glock delivers Molidoy something, a bit of room. It still need him to come up big. Backstab for Lato. It's a 1-out half from Legacy. Can they find their redemption on Nuke?
To write them off, but Legacy have come to play here on Nuke. A return to form, and now into a T side. We go quick into this pistol. Legacy running on fumes, sending it into this B site. They want that podium finish. They want FURIA dead. They're gonna get him. 3 kills in an instant. Bomb goes down. Lock in a pistol round, FURIA. You gotta dig deeper.
Vitality fans in the crowd. Nice of them to show up. Shame the main team out on here.
Oh. Be nice. You know, I was having a thought, Harry. With the Buenos Aires Major coming up, you would have thought Legacy would get booed, right? We remember Austin. Well, now with Tri, what happens? Fan favorite all of a sudden? We'll have to wait and see. And okay, come on, elephant in the room. FURIA are tilted.
They do look very frustrated.
Kinder was looking pissed. Molidoy's putting his mic up. Sorry, boys. This game's an obligation. You thought it would come easy after Ancient. Well, nothing comes easy in Counter-Strike. Legacy still wanting it. So maybe they didn't start strong, but they plan to finish so. And FURIA keep that cool.
Made the right move here, taking away the lobby control in response to seeing all this outside aggression. Bomb sat pretty back in garage for now. So not overly committed to anything here if you're Legacy. Still roads where you can change this on the fly. With having control taken on Dumao, you are strongly thinking about this A-side finish. FURIA almost goad you on. They say go for it because that's where everyone is for this FURIA squad.
The clock might do FURIA favors here. Getting blocked in main at 30 is a problem with that bomb. They got to break it open, but they still need these kills. I think FURIA, surely this round is in their palm of their hand. The Heaven players can come in, but there's still Yuri. They haven't cleared. He drops one more down to the clutch. Try 18-6 has had a monster game, and Fallen's got to run him down. But which side of the site as Try shoots him in the back? Legacy lock it in, thick and thin. Not an easy round, but it's theirs.
A lot of ways that could have gone wrong, a lot of ways that could have gone weird. But just a monstrous streak of trades and the clutch to back it up.
FURIA falling flat on their face here on Nuke. They're going to get one gun round to change their outcome, change their fortunes. Sneaky down secret. Missing with the back covered.
Just kind of rotating heavy on first contact here. You see players down through secret with the cross taking place earlier in the round and a FURIA insta full 3 gamble. Dumao gonna get rid of Yuri. More in store in the bomb site. Molodoy's Deagle rings out with 1. They lose Serato and Fallen in tandem on the top side, but the bomb's still here trying to commit into lower. You got to take that path to freedom out the vents right now.
I know.
Puts enough distance between themselves and FURIA. And so any hope of an upset here with the pistols out the window on that quick reposition from Legacy. They're glad that those kills fell right into their lap at the top site at the perfect moment.
Really got to give it to Legacy in this game, right? Would have been easy to roll over and die on Nuke, a map that they looked a little shaky on coming into this second, but man, FURIA had this game right there. They had the 4-0 lead in map 2 as well. And Legacy once again dig deep. Show better face, pull this one back. This is 10-5, and FURIA have 1 buy round, or we're going 3.
Terrorists win.
No orb for Molodoy, chance it makes a hero appearance. If this one doesn't pan out, and look at the pace getting set, Legacy looking for an uppercut. Looking for that knockout blow, Fallen able to withstand the ramp hit, does his part, 2 for 1.
But you've got to win this round, FURIA. No ifs, ands, or buts. 2 players rotating. Make it 3.
Break on the smoke, but it feels a little obvious. Dumao, as soon as he hears that glass shatter, nade in the air. Gun on, eyes on, 3-on-3. Ooh, okay, Serato nearly burns alive. And I think if you don't get something soon, you really got to consider the save here.
Thinking about
have money on Molodoy. Nades bully Yakindar down, and he'll get found. Dumao on a tear, and that is the save called from FURIA.
Oh, damn. Dumao, big triple, and yeah, just FURIA. Not looking like the team we saw on Ancients. No one go get him. Just stumbling around the map. Legacy 11-5 on a map they've shown little prowess on as of late. A few shines of success, but this is one of them. FURIA in the pit. Gonna have to reset coming into that third, because it does feel inevitable right now.
I mean, yeah, it really does. This was a 5-3 lead for FURIA on their map pick. And 5 might be all they get. So coming into this third place decided, not one. It's about the money. We said in the eyes of, I think, almost all competitors in Counter-Strike, if you're not first, you're last. But this one's pride, this one's status, this one is for the top dog title in Brazil. And in a shocking twist, it's Legacy on one hell of a run on FURIA's pick. This was supposed to be FURIA's punish, and it's been flat, it's been lifeless. Can anyone inject the energy for FURIA? Legacy goes swimming onto Dust2.
Maybe going in with such wind in their sails as well. Fuel in the car. Powered up off of the dominant win here on Nuke. Legacy again, put them in the darkness. Smokes go down, they get the cross. On back and spawn. No inherent hurry to even make it down secret. With 2 players, you feel like the route has got to be B. Somehow, some way, they've got to join them there. This is really a 2-man fate.
I think one of the things that's a little nerve-wracking here for FURIA is you went into this very, very early, right? You now feel dependent on being right in this read, because otherwise Yakindar and Fallen will not be a part of this round.
They're onto something though. The bomb's coming down ramp, 20 seconds to go. Still need these kills, easier said than done.
Damage exchange, Dumao gonna finish the first, but it's the presence of this second man. It's Fallen, Brazil's grizzled veteran, lying in wait, unaccounted for, could stop this. Fallen's lined them up.
Massive.
And now there isn't time. No matter how fast you move, you're not getting past him. Fallen gets it done on his lonesome. And that's just gorgeous. Said someone had to inject the energy. You didn't think it would be the Godfather, but he does it.
Best
and
round.
there we go. He knows what he's done. That's Fallen with 3.
Finally.
Can this be the start of a turnaround?
I mean, one hell of a comeback here needed still. Sure, it's FURIA's best round of the game off the back of the Professor, but can't stay away from the scoreline. 11-6 up. Legacy ample chances. FURIA need to seize the opportunity that Fallen just gave them. Cries Orb versus Molodoys once more.
There's an opening. Serato not been much of a threat here on Nuke. This is an AWPers round right now, and Try tipping the scales back in Legacy's favor. Now ground gained out towards Hell. This wrap taking shape. Lato with a bit of a freestyle teammate here alongside him. They're actually going to look down towards ramp. Molidoy does deal with Dumao out in the yard. They're still paranoid about this heaven climb up. Legacy have completely shaken things up with this routing.
Yeah, Fallen needs to go back to lower. I think that penny's dropping now. The map's too quiet. They know they're Hell. They see them on the ramp. Bomb loose. Disastrous. It gets picked back up, but it buys time for these two to rotate on the doors. Molidoy and Fallen once again here to stop that plant, and they can do so right now. Whoa, punish! Hit the shot though. Molidoy makes this a difficult one. Do you stick? Do you fake? You've lost the round, shot or not. Lato can't survive. And so Molidoy keeps his finger to the pulse with 4 kills on that AWP. FURIA have to tell themselves it's only 6 rounds.
It's no secret how much Fallen has inspired Molidoy. And so seeing him with the big 3K pulling through, Molidoy virtually with the same play of his own in at lower in the next round.
Get to breathe easy in round 19. Single upgraded pistol and a flashbang here for Legacy. Ramp pop.
Chance for Molidoy to really start to warm these hands up, topping the charts right now. Coming into this one off the back of a 4K, but some swings and misses. It's actually a P250 kill. Ramp gets taken, they're flooding onto Molidoy, pulls the pistol, he's gonna fall. Fallen is to reel them in again as this one gets a little dicey. A shot for a try, that could have been everything.
Wow.
Still connects, second time around. Weapon of choice, but 1 HP and a swing from Serato seals their fate. It's far more costly than FURIA would have liked. But still building in the right direction.
Yeah, at this point, the cost doesn't matter. It just matters that you get these rounds on the board, especially those ones. 3-round game all of a sudden. FURIA kicking themselves for going cold on their T side. As an opportunity for a 2-0 still presents itself. Legacy, that 12th round will be such a relief if they can find it. As I said, it's still a struggling map for this squad. Closing can be the hardest part. Looking for something on this top side now, and fair enough. FURIA have been pretty gung-ho with these rotations. They've been heavy on the lower side. They've not got much of a setup here. Serato's going to get locked off by nades. It's just going to be Yuri in heaven. He wants to commit. But here comes the execute. Double molly. A lot behind this one. Better watch your back, because it's a fake.
Saw Serato kind of get pulled in by all that util. It was so much getting committed that you almost have to respect it. If you're FURIA, they'll start scrambling bodies down, but these rotates are heard. Line up for Nissim and a 5v2. We've had a string of big moments at this lower side, but this time Yakindar can't bail them out. And Fallen's surely hit his limit of individual heroics. 1v4.
I mean, this is where losing 3 players to Glocks comes back to haunt you. You gotta save. Big round for Nissim. And I like that for Legacy because, yeah, sure, they get fortunate in the sense that FURIA don't have players A, so they have to scramble and really trust that fake. But Nissim still gets in a very strong pause and shuts him down, trying to rotate Ven. That was a panicked call for FURIA, realizing they'd been duped. So here we go. That relief, that safety of overtime locked in.
Terrorists win.
Legacy 4 shots to shut this out. Gonna take us to Dust.
Throughout this, Legacy try and be proactive with these timeouts. They haven't used many on this turnaround here, right? We said it was that early 5-3 lead for FURIA. They got stuck on that 5-round scoreline for the longest time. It was a big streak out of Legacy, but they just want to make sure now, at the first time of asking, that they're able to close this out. You don't want FURIA within earshot of overtime. You just want a clean separation, a clean break here, get to Dust2. That's the goal. Double Law makes an appearance. That's right, Paris. We're going to get to see Fallen donning an AWP alongside Molodoy.
Still see a weakened A side though. Boost coming up outside, Fallen Orbs ramp. Gotta watch out. At any moment, Legacy could run through the hut and win the round. So it seems. Side nades. Still 2 lurkers in play. We got Silo for Dumao. We got Art down Secret. Do they pull back for the main split? The map is quiet. FURIA are tense. They change positions.
Swing and a miss on Molodoy. Yuri there to bail him out though, and Yakindar's got this scale out towards main. This split is getting sandwiched by FURIA. 5v3, and Yuri is not letting them through the hut. They are going to lose Fallen on rotation. Follow up for Try, but Molodoy there to keep things in check, and so no worries here. Art doesn't have that bomb, has an AWP to get past. And many CTs able to just close in at the drop of a hat. Art trying to play it forward, needs a clean kill. And with Molodoy on a convincing angle, no chance for Legacy's captain in that 1v3.
Really smart for Molodoy. That's where you see his growth as a player, right? Playing this level of CS. Really trusts his teammates on the setup. He knows when to not give up the fight. Backside, never peeks hut, never goes for another kill, even though Legacy are right there and he knows it. Lets his teammates bait them in. And Molodoy plays for the round win, hiding backside, giving nothing away. Trades Yuri and stops Art on the way to a clutch. So here we go, a second time up for Legacy. They can feel the burn. FURIA first out of 4. If they win their second, well, the third is right there for the taking. It's going to be broken Legacy economy.
This is the round that really lets us decide just how close does this get. Legacy don't have a hell of a lot to work with here. They've liked these drawn out rounds. They like to try and operate in the shadows, confuse FURIA a little bit, but that's not really an option. That's not really open to you here. You're working with a lot less. Double yard setup, a bit of aggression from FURIA, risking it all on the yard push. A double play that's designed to set up Queserato, but a quiet game from FURIA's star rifler.
I'd like to think they wouldn't expect him here. Yakinda is that yard guy, but they're going above. What can Queserato do? If he looks up, his barrel will reveal his position. Does Dumao know? No, he doesn't, but a missed shot for Queserato is punished. AWP connects on Fallen, and just like that, in a swing, comes a miss for FURIA, and Legacy are right there.
I'm just thinking now, let's not make this hard for ourselves. Stick together. You got a couple of low players here, ways that this could get weird. You know you could be walking into a stack, but you just got to have faith that the sheer numbers will be enough. Dumao at the front of the pack, low on HP. Nobody down at this B site for FURIA. It's going to come down to a retake. Molidoy and Yuri out of position. This should be impossible. This should be the round that confirms Dust2.
The map just waiting. An inevitability. As Molidoy try as he might. And they won't finish anything. They are not taking these fights. Legacy look to lock in the map, and they do so together. 5 alive. FURIA try to pull a comeback, but it is too little, too late. Legacy all the way to a third map in this third place decider. Desperate signs here for FURIA. Some ugly rounds here on Nuke, all starting too slow come the end. And Legacy, we said it coming into this game, they want...
We're on to the third map now. We're on to the decider. We want more fight out of FURIA in this third place deciding match.
Well, no better map to get it. Dust2 to decide who gets on that podium, who gets that extra 80 grand and for FURIA Club Championship points that they would very much appreciate. For Legacy, it's all about being the spoiler and taking down the big dogs of Brazil. CT side start for them. FURIA on the T half, gonna have to bring a punch here to this pistol.
There's a lot of room to play with pace on Dust2, and so FURIA trying to set a slow tone early in the pistol. And that's all well and good. Lets you be methodical, lets you get the util in, working the map. They're looking for this short control. And they've got that now. So I set on this A bomb site in the pistol round. 3 strong here for Legacy. Down in the pit, it's Dumao. There's a real nuisance back on Nuke, but this time dead straight away. It's Yakindar to open things up. Little bit of an ugly skirmish here as Fallen can't quite finish his meal, but Molidoy comes in to help him out. Now just this 2v4. Lato and Nissim bow out of the pistol.
Cue the boo. FURIA just locking them out here. This was the map we saw last night between FURIA and FUT. Went to overtime. Was again, akin to Nuke, a dominant T-side start for FURIA. They went 8-4 up. So quite the lead. Crumbled on that CT side. So again, expecting a strong opening half for FURIA, as we did last map. Didn't quite get it. But the reality setting in now. This is your last chance. Last game on the stage. So first step in the right direction.
Force buy in or on the cards for Legacy.
Trying to threaten the B site early. Does force 3 in position here for Legacy, but FURIA in no hurry. Smoke or not.
Dumao. And response, fast backstab as well, getting ready to come in through catwalk. Yuri turns to try and deal with this, but can't quite put a stop to it. This force buy's got some legs on it, even if it's down to the retake now. Fallen trying to cross in with that bomb, won't survive the crossing because Nissim's tapping heads off. Molidoy finished. And Legacy steal a round right back.
First time we've had a pistol not converted in this series. They've all just been lock-ins, force buys or not, but Legacy, that's one way to do it. AK put to use here for Nissan, some sharp shots. Switch up on FURIA early in this game. 2 incredible taps. FURIA nothing to play with now. Greater pistols with the scout. Legacy fight through the mid-smoke. Try, it's a cheeky position, but with an SMG and a player baiting for him on short, might just pay off. Great grenade. Try wait to activate, surprise, surprise, nades in hand. FURIA keeps the round alive, but for how long? That is the wrong lineup there.
FURIA has been able to scavenge a great bounty, a util from short, building up a full belt. So can certainly still try and make this interesting. Dumau's also wounded over here towards A. That nade would get rid of him if it finds its way on a default. FURIA lobbing in utility. HE goes ramp bound, so Dumau still gets a chance to play here. Not ready to swing off the back of him. It's a 20-second push. FURIA seems pretty adamant that someone's hiding out in this bomb site. Gonna try and give chase. Art dead first. There's the follow-up from Yuri. Bomb now planted. And this is what you were worried about. Low player dealt with. The bait and switch doesn't work. Now they find themselves in a post plant.
It's a very viable one as well. Just the low health on Yakinda, but if he can hit a quick shot with the scout, we're back on. Lato along, spotted. FURIA trying to play the cover. Don't shoot your teammate here. Yakinda hiding out in the site. Hits his one dig. This round is coming alive out of nowhere for FURIA, but trapped in, chased down. Nissim saves them again. Back-to-back big rounds out of Nissim. As long as there's time for that defuse, it's getting pretty close here. And it's not happening. FURIA do win it. Back on the force, back on their own BS. That is one way to do it. Yuri had a really struggling Dust2 yesterday. Did feel like part of the difference between FURIA and FURT. Some of those B defenses unable to put up any kills. That's a big round to get confidence back here on Dust2.
Oh, this has been the guy.
Whoa!
Orb now takes to the line, and this is going to put the fear in this B assault. Smoke down, tries to peek ahead of it, gets a tag there on a Molodoy, but it goes both ways. Blows exchanged, Yakinda smoke spam, Molodoy follow up. And what felt like a golden ticket for Legacy now comes down to a retake. Art retrieves that AWP. No stranger to this gun, but caught by Yakinda, who works his way in close. It's handed off to Lato. Awkward with the smoke down, gonna try and make a play right through it. Eyes on, Molodoy's got the cover. So FURIA able to recover.
I mean, it's so hard to get back into that B side, but FURIA should have never been in that position in the first place. We saw that missed door smoke the other round. This time it cost them. Try gets his line on the orb. They're able to get 2 kills off Nissim, plus the try, doing damage from middle, and still FURIA. Once they get that re-smoke in, the odds suddenly flip. So despite an awkward lost second round, FURIA are back in business, 3-1 lead. Mid stack, pistols up close. Look like they want to come through. for a Yakinda map in this series. Farms these ecos. Serato goes hunting, and one by one, Legacy go nowhere fast.
Full steam ahead for FURIA. Long rush setup, but FURIA, if they are going to go for this control, it's going to be on a second timing. Yuri will recall from his years spent alongside Art some of these long doors pushes, so knows to hold for it at the start. Still down in the pit. Art with a double, and that's well handled, stopping that spillover as a one-man army.
It's very little help there as well. Late flash comes in for him to clear it out, but that's two massive kills from Art that will reroute FURIA into this B site. Okay, Serato can't get that entry, and so the round dies with it. So it should. 2v5, and they're backing up. Is it a long save here for FURIA? Still a very important kill from Nissan, as we've seen throughout this tournament how many man advantage rounds have been lost on that B-bomb site. So FURIA have to walk away, and hey, they've started every map in this series 4-1 up. This one no exception, but once again, Legacy, wake up.
Counter-terrorist.
For the time being, Molidoy's got an extra degree of freedom. Going to be a little while before you see the try AWP come online. And so the save here gives them something extra to work with. A timeout burned early on for FURIA. Feels like we're seeing them trying to lock in a little bit. Just don't think you want the questions that losing this series would open up. Because Legacy are a team that have constantly been punching up, constantly making moves in the right direction. It's kind of coming at a time that you have started to look at FURIA through kind of different lenses. Once one of the teams challenging for the trophies, and we were almost saying that about them in this EWC. That was until they gave it away to FUT in the semi-final. You don't want to go from being a squad that folks considered title contenders to just the guys seeing through the end of the year.
Even talked about his impending retirement and still having that motivation, still wanting to win more, knowing these are his last opportunities to do so.
Also just think it's such a rare thing in reality, right? Having this kind of clear time scale on a player as legendary as Fallen. The idea that these four get to play out the final year with the face of Brazilian Counter-Strike.
Yeah, why not make it worthwhile? FURIA 5v4 here. Lato still in a threatening position, but through the smoke, Serato just blows Art out of the round. Nice shot from Molidoy. One gets saved as well. They're going to reroute mid to B. Back through tunnels rather, as Lato goes in hot pursuit in this smoke.
I thought about giving chase. Good thing he didn't commit to this. Just hides in the smoke.
Fake it out. They're still going into one more on A, and Lato has fast flank.
He didn't see him.
He's heard something.
Lato's right there. This backstab's juicy. There's Yuri gone. Try teams up with him, and Molodoi getting sandwiched.
So Legacy.
Nowhere left to turn.
It's them all over. It's their DNA, just pressure.
So this is a 2v4. Lato with miracles happening on that backstab. Finds the perfect timing. And a very similar ebb and flow to how all these maps have started. Early lead for FURIA, Legacy, quick to get competitive.
Must have
Close in on a tie game as now money called into question for the FURIA squad.
heard their not so silent jumps back up Xbox because they dropped
Linda,
off to
guys.
fake
Bom
him out.
round, mano. Nice. Boa lá.
Fake unsuccessful with Lato in close position. And now money back into control here of Legacy. FURIA left to Hero AK. One pop. Smoke sends Legacy back, but Art in a smoke, well, never count this guy out. He's definitely considering it. They call it off. Guns out again. It's probably the right move here for Legacy, not to overcommit. As FURIA are the ones who have to make the move. They've got 2 smokes to do so. First is just a bait. Late rotate out as Yuri tries to sell something.
You're up against a bit of a broken buy. Imagine Yuri felt shocked, thinking, well, I know Art's normally here. Why is he not pushing? He would have done a couple of years ago. Nice set on the A play. Dumau's had a quiet start to this game, but a chance to pad these numbers out now as pistols cross into the open. Dumau, a little rough looking, but the try AWP supposed to bail you out. On plant still found, pick up for Keserato. Yakindar's rifle now with a chance to strike, but try's got his number. It's Keserato with a P250 left in an impossible position. And as they scale up, they scale over, they'll swing in together. No worries there for Legacy. Bomb plant, all FURIA are able to muster.
I admire the constant resilience on display from Legacy across this series through highs and lows. Always still been fighting back. Slow starts to every single map. Still leveling out here in round number 8. They should be against pistols, but here comes the buy once more for FURIA. Molodoi still has to wait a bit longer for his AWP again. Are in position once more, delivers his end of the bargain. All uncertain, was heading deep, pulls back.
FURIA kind of feeling a bit reluctant to renege on that long space after they lose a player for it, but clearly doesn't fit into whatever the game plan is here. They give it up. So anticipate a mid to be.
flash play. Dumao does find Molotov, and on this B site, the dry hit just gets diminished. Lato triple kill, shut down from Car, not even needing Nissan to uncrouch. I can see that's more like it. Just dry fights is exactly what Lato was looking for. 10-3. Been a force to be reckoned with across this series. And so 4 rounds in a row for Legacy.
Oh, it's been good on these long holds. This time, dead with nothing done. Queserato is going to find him. Bunch of bodies out on the long side. Just an instant flash play to go and fight it. Yakindar's got a bit of room back, but can't hold it together. And so it's left to Fallen. P250 at range lets him down. Legacy smoothing this one over. And a chance to hold their best lead on the half yet.
Hard job for Sid here to keep FURIA in this T side. Got to reset the tempo, as these really slow rounds have not worked out for FURIA. Want to see if there's some more B-side abuse available, or FURIA not feeling up for it. The couple times they've been there, it's been difficult. Given how try has all been long, you feel like mid to B is an opportunity here for FURIA. Maybe it's something they could take in this round. A double AWP out now, so whichever site you go, you're running into it.
Seven-5 halves on both maps. Chance for Legacy, biggest lead we've seen. Try and Molotov. Will they ever meet on this tight line?
Something like that. Here we go.
That's what he was waiting for. Try rewarded for his patience. Hangs around for what feels like an eternity on that short angle. So Fallen's gone. Got to do it without him.
All the bluff here. Ouch, that one hurts. Queserato has the cover here in middle, and they get out, but that bomb is still back on catwalk. A FURIA trying to fake again. Lato in position, heard on his jump. High damage, finishes the job as well. And FURIA just strung out here. They've not got long control. Bombs up Cat. Queserato's got to regroup, and Try is still here with the AWP, as is Ards. 2 AWPs to hold this site.
Oh, Miss Farrar not able to make up for it. Queserato crossing in, and Try's getting sandwiched, caught by Yuri out on long. 2 versus 2. As FURIA hope to recover on this half yet. It's an open bomb plant. Lato not quite able to punish. So Molotov counts his lucky stars, given a second chance at this bomb. Second lease on life. It's Nissim's long wrap. Are they ready for it? Molotov spotting, just cleared this. Still remains gun on. You feel like Lato's trying to buy some time for something. And with Yuri down in CT, that only leaves one other avenue open. Molotov gonna flash a peek, swing and a miss. But time running out, time starting to expire. Lato's really got to get a move on here. Molotov trying to run away as he just handed it over. Nail biter of a defuse. Lato's got it.
Oh, that's gonna sting. That's really gonna hurt FURIA.
You can't believe they've just given him that.
Every step of the way, the jump up on the site. What was he looking for? Yuri trying to take one more engagement. Felt like he just dodged death. And then Molotov, how much time do you think you have to run away back to Gandalf? They will not let you get away with it. Lato is having a hell of a game. That is a nightmare for FURIA. It's the round that should have let them back into this T side. Instead, they could be leading with just 4 on the half. That's if Try gets what he wants. Good follow-up here, Yakinda. Big double. Keeps this round breathing, but it's not closed yet. Can't count Legacy out.
Dumao decides to fight and die on this island out towards short. Nissim is not involved in this. This is a 1v3 right now for Dumao. Nissim going to be able to join him as this smoke down has given Dumao a bit of cover. Ooh. Blows exchanged. Yuri comes out looking all the better for it, and there's a flash. They learn their lesson from that last round. They go fighting there into the final of this first half. It's 5 for FURIA, another 7-5 split. Legacy make a break to try and shut them down and claim that podium finish.
Bob já. Prepara pra chegar, para não. Smoke vai acabar já. Defel, espera. Nice. Calma. Caminhado. Nice. Isso, viado. Que é outra zica. Nice. Very guys. Outside.
Я за иксом живу. Я право смотрю в дым.
Давай, давай. Еще окно разменяй меня. Не релот.
Nice! AK Tyrants. Avik dışı.
Once again, FURIA a strong start slows down quick, and Legacy are surging towards the finish line here in this third place decider. Quite a run on the CT side, 6 rounds in a row before FURIA finally break in. But it's not feeling like the same ferocious FURIA that we expected today. Legacy, that smoke is annoying. Full blocked by Fallen. They've got to cross through the open room. And USP's way back in CT to punish Legacy on this commitment.
Oh, and it is just a mauling. It's exactly what FURIA wanted. They block that smoke, they back up, they leave it to the range game. And so now you're stuck in a string of awkward fights. This one's feeling like a death match as you try and make it across. Art has survived the crossing. Lato dead, and Art left alone. 1v5 attempt. Glock hoping to bring the fight, hoping to take advantage of it in the close range, but just too many bodies there for FURIA. All thanks to that smoke block from Fallen.
Yeah, true. It goes such a long way, doesn't it? Just gives so many kills over here for FURIA. Oh, header that wins the round. FURIA like what they see. An AWP here in the second round is going to be required. We've got rifles out. Guns dropped over. So Legacy still have the opportunity with the Lato AK. I'm not counting anything out. He looks for that quick B pick. Smolodoy perhaps aware he's got Art trapped in here at boxes. Sure.
He likes that.
Take it.
Now you know they're in lower as well. They've left a little breadcrumb trail here for Molidoy to try and follow.
Just grazing these players indoors. He's got Serato to back him up. If anything goes wrong, miss shot, flash play. Legacy aren't getting out mid for free. Serato ensures that fact. And on back and upper. This is a weak B side again. It's only one man. An entry from Lato wins this round for Legacy.
Just comes down to Yuri getting multiple. One will not cut it. Bit of help from Serato there at the doors, and Yuri's lived up to his part of the bargain. Even a tag on the cross. Try board down low.
Time to see how much is truly enough on this B side retake. 3v2 with health advantage.
Flash for Molodoi. When that comes out, that will signal the push. Rolling around the corner first. They take in contact on that first swing. Just going together. Try iced out, and 3v2 turns out to be plenty. They've got Yuri to thank. Good hold out towards B. Did everything he had to.
Yeah, far better showing than yesterday, that's for sure. Just had trouble. Caesarato a lot of the times was still getting two on his own, but Yuri just couldn't find that third piece, and so B-site was a constant problem for FURIA. Atypical game for sure, but one that FUT exploited to the maximum degree. Far better showing than yesterday, that's for sure. Just had trouble. And so Legacy just left to a scout. Careful. Molodoi really wants it, and he gets it. No way. Can't punish this guy. And FURIA fall back into safe setups in a 5v3.
Might be bottom of the board, but I've seen this guy have some great rounds with the scout. Gets it off of Try's body. The bomb's back in spawn, so you almost hope this doesn't go too well. Because if you get to a point where this could have been winnable, if only you had that bomb, you are going to be kicking yourselves. I think it shows where the mindset was at for Legacy in this round, never really thinking they had much of a chance. Just looking for damage. Art will catch one. But that should be the end. Nissim deleted. Caesarato double. FURIA move into the lead.
Yeah, I won't get ahead of myself just because FURIA is converting a pistol. They've done that many times this series. It's been gun rounds where they've fallen short. So again, and I start to a half here for FURIA, but the true test in this round, and Try gets his orb with Kevlar as well. Molodoi just escapes this time. Tom in push, and Nissim on a very annoying line. Another miss for Molodoi. It looked on, but now Legacy are getting closer. They could line up. Molodoi can't escape. 4v2. Legacy punching in a ticket to win their first gun round.
Yuri and Caesarato, you got to believe that if any duo could see you through this, it's this duo. Nissim on a very drawn-out backstab. And with Caesarato dead, I think Yuri's living on borrowed time here. Got a player closing in from CT. Stuck in the elevator. We're going to struggle to feel too uplifted here. They ice him out with utility. FURIA just can't hold on to these leads.
At least they've got the money to get a bit more going. Another orb perhaps from Caesarato to drop. But it'll be a 3-rifle buy. Best case scenario here for FURIA. Gonna arm their star Molodoi. A couple of long, but run it back for Legacy. Why not? Nades are nice, but entry kill is better, and Yakinda dead after one puts Legacy again in position to come up with a round. That flash comes too early. Not close to scaling. And Molodoi got to be thinking about saving at this point. 2v4. Even Legacy in this position know the importance of this round, so in no hurry to waste this opportunity. Short smoke comes out. And up they go.
forcing Molidoy down to be hyper involved. This next round, he's going to have to do exactly that because lead taken for Legacy. AWP is really the only thing worth mentioning in this next round for FURIA. The save will be allowed as Legacy focus inwards, trying to build up their own bank accounts. Make themselves a little bit harder to dislodge at the end of this third place decider.
Terrorists win.
You're hoping for something big from Molidoy. Expect him to be aggressive, expect him to be involved. There's a spawn for mid on this AWP, and you've seen him like to fight this line many a time in this game. So an instant swing right into that try AWP. Gets handed off to Keserato. No stranger to having to don this every now and again. But with Yuri dead in middle, this AWP would have to do something spectacular. Keserato blind, Keserato dead. And looking for a 5 alive round as Legacy build towards that finish line.
There were a lot of rounds in that first half where FURIA, they're kind of strung out, they're very split up. Same on Nuke as well. Legacy doing everything as a wolf pack. These long pops late through the smoke. They chase down that AWP as it gets picked up. Spam util on Keserato, he can't see a thing. The AWP doesn't even get fired here from FURIA as Legacy ascend their regards. 3 rounds straight since hitting the 4 buys. And FURIA, they've been living off of pistols and the fumes that come with them in this series. Legacy definitely the better rifle round team at the moment. Another scrappy pie here. Saw something on the jump.
Oh, this is a little awkward for Dumao. Takes more damage than he was anticipating, and now they just block off short, denying the climb up. Martial buys like this, you gotta have a little trick up your sleeve. The early painted damage on a Dumao is a nice start, but is there any more to it than that? It's aggression into the upper tunnels for Keserato and Yuri. Moving in right as Legacy weren't thinking about turning away. That's even more damage now put down. Nissim also softened up. And you can see this whole B side of the map. FURIA have a very clear picture of where Legacy could be and where this round is going to end.
Go now though, Molidoy peeks ahead a bit. Punishes. And flank is contained, even Try turns around off the back of that flash. It's a nice deagle for Fallen, but it can't just be Fallen again, can it? SMG comes back up, 20 seconds, some low health here on Legacy, and that bomb is still looking for a fight. Hasn't crossed in yet, don't want to lose it now. Headshot almost finds Nissim, down to 3. Yuri 1v3, and they needed the kill, so they come and get it. Legacy surging towards a close here in the 3rd place. As FURIA have come up with nothing since Legacy's first rifle round of this half. 4 straight. FURIA's final try on this stage to stay alive. find for Fallen. Legacy still seeming pretty committed to this idea. They have a second layer of lurk on long. Even though Fallen backs up, Molotov was on that line, not forever.
Always feel certain it's going to be kind of out front of the pack. Him arriving a little late long side, can that shake things up? No, Fallen never took his eyes off it, and with Molotov freed up to go back and watch the cross, it's left Legacy in dire straits. Going to try and turn this into a mid-to-be. Right as the doors were closing on this round, Yuri's gone. One more still in this B site for Nissim, and caught in the crossfire. FURIA able to clamp down on that mid-to-be.
Started again by Fallen. Just shuts down the opening play. One shot Molotov has to connect, he does. At that point, that round rather dies on long. Up Orb now. Iserato playing it safe on the cross, not wanting to offer up a freebie.
Spam exchanged, Fallen reaps the reward.
This is all getting a bit scary for Legacy now. They don't know where to go. Jumping back between cat and middle.
They're going into the Molotov AWP, and he's not missing those. Art dead on that first swipe around the corner. Blocked now by a smoke. You might just have to try and change this one on the fly. You really want to commit into this double site setup, into that orb.
Looks like they do. They put a man through spawn. Can they buy a few seconds? Yakinda's still behind this smoke. One frag from Yakinda's going to go a long way on this hole, but he can't find it. And there's Dumao striking from below. Molotov gone. Dumao chasing that long player. Fallen picks up the orb and retreats, holds position for what will become a retake.
Double orbs in this retake. Ooh. You lose Yuri. I don't think you're even considering this if you're FURIA. You don't really have the room to do so. A very unlikely round. You almost can't believe this is where Legacy find match in series point.
Yeah, it's a really nice play for Dumao to get into that CT side smoke. Gets underneath them, picks Molotov, and Yakinda committed on catwalk. No option for a trade there. The two entries come in. Legacy lock in third place point. 3 chances.
Terrorists win.
Last name to add on to the list of top squads they'd be on their EWC run.
Save that for later.
It's a moment you do just want to take a picture of.
Got the lineup for the corner shot. Fallen is jiggling it.
Don't tell me this is how you lose the opening. Right. Oh, he's just gone wide in this exact moment. Oh. Right, did a flick and Fallen out wide, good for one. Trade there. Rotates aren't budging. Yuri and Serato haven't moved a muscle on this B site. Maybe starting to reconsider a little now. Scarp is over.
Tempts you, surely.
50 seconds left on this one, and you've just seen a player cross away from B. Are they going to stick to their guns for the photo finish on A? Two players trying to fight for this catwalk, but reinforcements arriving for Nissim. And this is it, feeling like the beginning of the end unless Molodoy can save face for FURIA. First shot lands, but he's gonna have more tricks up his sleeve, more shots to come through. Molodoy, they close in, and the double won't cut it. Queserato has been spotted. It's looking like death by 1,000 cuts for Queserato as he's been whittled down low. Now one last name, the Brazilian top dogs of FURIA, quelled by Legacy to cement a third place finish at EWC.
Na'Vi, Falcons, and now FURIA all fall by the wayside to Legacy. It's been an incredible tournament for this plucky Brazilian team. Adding in the Argentinian of Try, excelling to the top.